our matchup as we shift to the junior welterweight division. Anthony Laureno against Sidney Maccow. Laureno undefeated at 3-0. The Night Fight veteran Sidney Maccow is trying to get to the 500 mark. Michael Woods as he's trying to get his record back to 500.
Don't be put off by that 4-5 mark. Sidney Maccow is a game guy. He is not built to lose. This should be a good style matchup, pretty evenly matched.
And now let's meet the fighters. Here is Mark Frado.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're set to continue the action here at Mohegan Sun Arena. Let's meet the participants in the next contest. Introducing first, as he makes his way to the ring from Washington Heights, New York City, Sidney the Jackal Maccow.
Sidney Maccow trains under Renato Diaz, 24 years of age. He's been a pro for 3 years. Last time he was in action was a little over a month ago. April 7th, he came up short in a majority decision against Cristobal Mohegan. Sidney Maccow, and now let's meet his adversary once again, is Mark Frado.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent hailing from East Hartford, Connecticut, action, Anthony Laureno.
Anthony Laureno, 22 years of age. He's been a pro for 2 years. A 2-fight technical knockout streak. Pro debut came on September 1. Was a former amateur standout who captured the 2016 New England Golden Gloves, a 2-time Western New England champion, and a 2016 National Golden Gloves semifinalist. Anthony Action Laureno. And now before we set the table, let's take a look at our tale of the tape here. Brought to you by Mohegan Sun, a world at play. Break down the numbers, Michael Woods.
3-0 Laureno absolutely is a guy that if he keeps on growing here, once again, a Connecticut home base here at Mohegan Sun for Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing is totally possible.
And now for the official introductions, once again, is Mark Frado.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues here. Slugfest at the Sun, Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. This one's scheduled for 6 rounds in the welterweight division. Brought to you by Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing, 25 years developing champions. And carried live, Fight Night live on Facebook, courtesy of Mohegan Sun. Barbour 19, Northeastern Fine Jewelry, Lucky Strike, Anderson Martial Arts, RSC Productions, GGK Enterprises, and Safety Mat. The judges for this contest are Don Trella, Steve Weisfeld, and Peter Harry. And controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge once again, Michael Ortega. Introducing first out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 140 3/4 pounds. He owns a professional record of 4-5, 3 big wins by way of knockout. Wearing black, trimmed with red, white, and blue this evening, and hailing from Washington Heights, New York City, Sidney the Jackal Maccow. And his opponent boxes out of the red corner. He weighed in at 138 3/4 pounds. He is undefeated in 3 contests with 3 victories, 2 wins coming by way of knockout. wearing black trimmed with red, hailing from East Hartford, Connecticut. Please welcome Action, Anthony Laureno.
Michael Ortega, referee in charge.
Right over here, sir. Okay, gentlemen, we went over the rules. Want a good, clean fight? Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
This is 6 rounds at 140 pounds. Anthony Laureno wearing the black and the red. Against that man, Sidney Maccow, who is wearing the black trunks with the Haitian flag as his trim. Laureno is undefeated 3-0.
Ray, I'm digging the body language in this fight. Both these guys smiling, cocky in a good way. Both seem to be coming with, brimming with confidence to the ring here. I'm just catching a vibe here that this is going to be a good one.
Boy, we've had some fun fights so far to begin Fight Night Live here on Facebook. Ray Flores, Michael Woods, Kara Castronova, Mark Fraudo. Make sure to chime in comments-wise as we see it is Anthony Laureno who's starting off and is the aggressor against Sidney Maccow.
Maccow exhibiting good movement, agility, and nimbleness.
And Maccow has got some high socks, had some Batman socks there with the,
What is it?
cape
Tassel?
on the back.
It's
a cape on the back of his calves because of the Batman socks. So I've never seen that in boxing. We'll see if it can work to his favor and keep his legs warm. He's going to have to do that against Anthony Laureno, who's trying to walk him down, Michael Woods.
And Laureno going to be the Joker style. Oh, they did a little clash of heads here. Both feeling it and wincing.
And Michael Ortega is going to separate them. Thankfully, no blood or no laceration on either fighter as we are a minute 10 into this first round.
Laureno presenting himself as the aggressor, the pressure fighter. Maccow movement looking to counter, sliding laterally. Smart work so far by Maccow. As we told you, this guy 4-5, but not built to lose type of guy. Believe this is going to be evenly matched.
Well, it's good to see this kind of progression from a prospect who is looking to become 4-0 against a guy who's battle-tested, who's fought some young prospects, who is a mover, and who's not going to give you an easy night at the office, because what do you really learn from a 30-second blowout, so to speak, Michael Woods?
Looks good on BoxRec, I guess, and maybe if it's a highlight reel, it's nice to send around. Both can be good, but in the long run, I think you learn more from being in reasonably tough, and this looks to be reasonably tough.
And Sidney Maccow is certainly making Anthony Laureno work as he connects with a counter left hook. Laureno keeping his guard up. A left hook again for Maccow.
Distance has tightened in the last portion of this round. Maccow moving less, doing more work at mid-range and interior.
When he has Anthony Laureno flustered, at least for a brief moment, you were seeing the uppercut that is being thrown. He's stepping inside. He's throwing combination of punches. He's getting out of danger and out of the range out of Anthony Laureno.
Digging his ring generalship so far, and I'm absolutely tempted to give him the round.
Well, you hear the old adage, it must be the shoes, but it might be the socks, the Batman socks, for Sidney Maccow as round number 1 in the final moments. This one is scheduled for 6 here at Mohegan Sun. Go into the corner here, the red corner. Anthony Laureno, his trainer, Angel Gonzalez. What are you telling Anthony Laureno, Michael Woods?
Take away that kid's legs. Give me body work. Make that pressure work for you more. Go to the body. Take away his legs.
That's true, and also cut off the ring as well. Once again, Renato Diaz for Sidney Maccow. You got to be pretty happy with what we've seen out of Maccow. Here is that clash of heads, Michael Woods. They kind of stepped in. You can't blame either party.
And how the heck did no blood or abrasions or anything come? That was not a mini clash. That was a heavy-duty clash, man.
Right, it certainly was. Sidney Maccow is wearing the black trunks with the nation flag, as his trim wearing the red and the black is Anthony Laureno. And Laureno starting off stronger now as he comes forward, but answering is Sidney Maccow.
Maccow's got pretty good hand speed. It's not so easy for Laureno to counter in between, but he's going to be picking his spots. And I hear someone ringside saying, jab your way in. Absolutely. It's a good way to do it. You see Maccow with a good length.
Also appreciate Paulie Malignaggi, who's checking out the fights here on Facebook. Want to send to the former world champion, outstanding broadcaster, and he's all over the place. A very busy man and a dapper-dressed man is Paulie Malignaggi.
Yes, he's the king of the catch and shoot. His Maserati, that's on the license plate, king of catch and shoot. Does he have a Maserati?
I'm sure he does. I think he's got like 3 of them.
Right.
I want to one day be a quarter of what Paulie Malignaggi is.
You want some of that magic, eh, man?
Absolutely. But right now it is Anthony Laureno who's trying to get some magic as he's in a tough matchup against Sidney Maccow. And Maccow is really pressing him, coming forward, shooting off right hands.
Maccow getting that range with that left hand, getting a beat on him, and then firing right hands. He had Laureno backed up against the rope, and having another really good round is Maccow.
If you're Anthony Laureno, Joe DeGuardia, when we spoke to him about Anthony Laureno, was very excited about Laureno. He goes, look, this kid could be something at 140 pounds. He could go up and even advance to the welterweight division later on in his career. He's so young. He's only 22.
He's learning a lesson right here, right now, my friend. Maccow, losing record, but don't even pay attention to that. Solid outing so far. Maccow is keeping the distance that he wants.
And we're hearing Ron Katz, who's asking, he goes, throw the jab, Anthony. And Anthony Laureno has not been throwing the jab whatsoever. He's kind of coming in very flat-footed and is looking to just throwing power punches. And Sidney Maccow is using his jab, and he's allowing that reach and that height advantage to play dividends.
You get the body language and a sharp right hand by Maccow. You read the body language. Maccow believes he's winning this fight. Entirely possible that he is. Laureno has to make some tweaks to change it up. We got a 6-rounder here. There is time for him to do that.
He's in a tough matchup against Sidney Maccow, who is 24 years of age, out of Washington Heights in New York City, as we conclude round number 2.
So, Ray, this is a series. There are going to be more of these, right?
There will be more of these. And you know what? It's going to be great to go all over the country, Michael Woods, and see some outstanding action. And we love the fact that we're interactive right here, Fight Night Live on Facebook. And also you can see the younger prospects right here on Facebook, Fight Night Live on Facebook.
And it's not a secret. Man, I learn stuff from interacting with the regular people all the time. That's one thing that I've realized off this social media revolution. Man, people are smart, and they know their stuff, and they know their boxing, and they can communicate. I learn every damn day.
Well, and I see you very active on Facebook, on social media, Michael Woods. And it is wonderful that the fans can watch Fight Night Live wherever they are around the world. Round number 3, it is Anthony Laureno wearing the black and the red trunks. Wearing the black trunks with the Asian flag is Sidney Maccow. On your unofficial scorecard, Michael Woods, how do you have it through 2?
Maccow is up 2-0. He is winning the distance war. Laureno has to close the distance on him, accelerate into him, explode on him, jab his way in, be busier. He's got a lot of stuff to do to make up ground here, man.
And Sidney Maccow is doing, you know what, he is that litmus test. You hear it time and time again, a young prospect fighting, and now there is a cut on the forehead of Anthony Laureno, and now Laureno's closing the distance more as 50 seconds have evaporated here in the 3rd round.
He cannot let, and a solid right hand there, he cannot let Maccow have the distance that he wants and the timing he wants to get off when he wants to. Have to make him uncomfortable, and he's doing that now, Ray.
And also just cut off the ring, and at some point he's got to use his jab his way in, because Maccow is so crafty that he gets out of danger. But if you are Anthony Laureno, jab your way in and then start to hammer away on the body of Sidney Maccow. Maccow is using his legs and his mobility. How do you do that? You go to the body and cut away and try to chop down that, quote-unquote, that tree.
That's about the third lead right hand that Anthony has landed, and now a fourth. He's finding a home for it now.
And the chopping right hand on the side of the ear of Sidney Maccow. And Laureano's putting together his punches more. It's a 4-punch combination by Laureano. And now Maccow has got his back against the ropes. And Laureano is going to work, and Maccow needs to tie up.
This is the distance that Laureano wants, i.e. no distance in between them. Get in his face. Make it a rumble. Back him up against the ropes. This is a Laureano round.
Absolutely. He's got to smother him. That was a left hook on the side of the head of Maccow. And now Laureno is digging deep, and Maccow is not as active and is trying to get out of the range. A jumping uppercut that found its mark for Maccow. 35 seconds, but this has been the best round so far for Anthony Laureano, the 22-year-old.
You have seen now the adaptation and the tweaks in the game. Laureano is winning the round. Can he continue in the last 25 seconds?
Maccow stepping inside. Laureano with a clubbing right hand. Can he finish off this third round with the way he started? Strong and assertive. Final 10 seconds. Anthony Laureano may have gotten himself back in this fight with a big third round. And he pounds away on the side of the body of Sidney Maccow. Round 3 is concluded. Take a look. Here we are in the corner of Anthony Laureano. Here's some of the work from round number 3, Michael Woods.
Here's the word is a better third for Laureano. Why? He was busier. He was in Maccow's face. Bang, we called for it. He gave it to us. More body work, more pressure, more aggression. Cut off the ring. Was insistent and aggressive. Better round for Laureano.
Completely agree with you. And don't forget to join us and comment on right here on Facebook. There you see Angel Gonzalez talking with Anthony Laureano. Also want to send a special hello out to one of our colleagues, Steve Kim, who says he's watching at his office in Montebello, California. So hello to Steve Kim out there in Montebello. Saw Steve Kim over the weekend.
When he says his office, does he mean the bathroom? Is he?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it means his luxurious office there that he pins some quality columns, that being the one, Steve Kim.
Did anyone answer us and say they're watching in the bathroom?
I don't know if anyone did, but we will have our social media team check it out.
Scouring
and see
for
if
that.
They're scouring for it, but right now...
We need the analytics, Ray Flores. We
Yes.
need to know how many people watch in the bathroom.
Well, Sidney Maccow is scouring for a way to try to get the fight and stem the tide in his favor again, because it is Anthony Laureano who's walking him down and is cutting off the ring, and Maccow is not having much room to operate, Michael Woods.
He is making Maccow uncomfortable, and that's what he has to do. In his face now. You see him exploding, and the key to do that, how does he do it? He does it with his feet. Get in his face, and then fire. Jab his way in, but he's exploding in with his feet. He's getting right up in Maccow's face. Another good round for Anthony.
An overhand right followed by an uppercut, and Sidney Maccow, he looked over at the clock momentarily, and we have only had a minute 10 elapsed from round 4.
Great catch, pal. You saw it.
Both you and I saw it. Maccow's got to be thinking, how much more do I have to keep this guy off of me? And what Laureano is doing is nothing overwhelmingly with hand speed or nothing special. It's just hard work. He's biting down on its mouthpiece and working hard and cutting off the ring.
He's doing a much better job at cutting off the ring, and I'll tell you something that helps in that regard is when the other guy gets a little bit more tired. Easier to cut off the ring.
But also, Michael Woods, it's the pressure, and now Maccow spins him around, 70 seconds remaining, round 4.
He's working smarter, and he's working harder. Laureano is seeming to take over the second half of this fight. Second 2/3, perhaps.
A lead left hook by Laureano, punctuated by a straight right down the middle. And Maccow, his guard is going down, and that could be a sign that he's tired, and also he's been taking some punishment.
Let's see if he can land another one of those nasty right hands that we saw in the last round. I bet he's going to punctuate the last 30 seconds with it.
And Laureano is stalking and remains in hot pursuit of Sidney Maccow.
Another.
The guard for Anthony Laureano is up, and then he decides to send those power punches at close distance.
Best work of this round for Maccow has been to the body.
Final 10 seconds of round 4. Ray Flores, Michael Woods, Kara Castronova here at Mohegan Sun for Fight Night Live, presented by Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing. There in the corner, Anthony Laureano. They got to be happy with what they've seen through these past 2 rounds as we observe some of the work from round number 4.
Exerting pressure, cutting off the ring, being busy in tight. But Maccow also adapted and tweaked his game a little bit with better body work. That was a good tight round. Right hand for Laureano worked very well 2 rounds ago, a little bit less so in that round. Let's see if he goes back to it.
Round number 5. This one is scheduled for 6. Michael Woods, your unofficial scorecard. How do you have it?
First, I want to give a shout out to Steve Kim. His office is an office. He has texted us photographic evidence of it.
Sounds
it's
like
not the lavatory.
A luxurious office there.
But Kim just works really hard. But that's my point. That was my only point there, that he works really hard and he's working wherever he is. He's like me. He's like you.
I should have had him buy drinks in Vegas. Nonetheless, I digress as we go ahead and have Laureano with the uppercut or left hook there that landed. And now Sidney Maccow going backwards. Laureano starting off strong here to begin round 5.
That left hook absolutely did land, and there's that right hand on Maccow. Maccow does absolutely drop the hands, and Laureano has seen it and is taking advantage of it more as we move forward into this 6th rounder.
Well, this is a very good barometer, and we keep mentioning that, Michael Woods, but Laureano is passing the test. He started off a little uneasy in the first 2 rounds, but in the 3rd, 4th round, and especially in the 5th, he has taken control of this fight.
And his jab is getting even more peppy as the rounds progress. It helps because Maccow is a little bit tired now.
1:15 has elapsed in this 5th round. It has been all Anthony Laureano out of East Hartford, Connecticut.
That's the thing. When you're in against a mover, you should not always assume that he's going to be able to move like that the whole fight. That's really hard to do.
And for Anthony Laureano, he did not get erratic. He did not sort of panic. He made adjustments. He has a decorated amateur background. He was an amateur stand-up, but now Sidney Maccow is trying to answer back, but he just got hammered with a 1-2. And now Laureano pounds his chest as to say, come on, let's fight.
Very sharp combos. I'm going to be looking now to see if Maccow is fading even more. Are we getting into a territory where we can start thinking maybe Laureano's stoppage? He's landing harder and cleaner now.
But Maccow is a game opponent. He realizes he can even up his record at 500 with this win. But Anthony Laureano wants to keep his record unblemished and improve to 4-0.
And if you stop Sidney Maccow, you do a good job because he's lost 5 fights, none by stoppage. That would be a big feather in the Laureano cap.
That is a statement. But so far, Anthony Laureano's been making a statement that he could face adversity, and he steps up with a left hook that found the chin of Maccow. And a right hand to the body. Oh, man, we heard that here at ringside, Michael.
Got a couple body attackers on this card tonight, man. The right hands to the body.
Sizzling right hands on the left side of the body is Sidney Maccow. Anthony Laureno has taken control as we head towards the 6th and final round.
Is it 4-1 Laureno or 3-2? How do you have it, Bout?
I would give it 3-2 to Laureno.
Okay.
Here is some eventful back and forth action from round 5.
Solid combos from Laureno. You see Maccow backing up, desperate for air, pounding his chest and saying, come on, but is that bravado or is that reality?
These Warriors as we head into the 6th and final round. Round number 6. Let them feel the energy here at Mohegan Sun. They're laying it on the line for you right now.
Anthony Laureno wearing the red and the black, wearing the black with the Haitian flag is Sidney Maccow. Can Anthony Laureno continue in his dominance? The previous 3 rounds, Michael Woods, I give it to Laureno. I have it 3-2 in favor of the 22-year-old undefeated 2-year pro.
I'm in
And
accord
a
with
big
you,
right
friend.
hand. And now Maccow is grabbing that left side of his head. It may have been a headbutt, but I believe it was from a punch. And now an uppercut. Maccow turns it around immediately.
He's looking for a break. He didn't get one.
He was grabbing. He thought it was a clash of heads. I thought it was a punch. But luckily, Michael Ortega didn't step in immediately. And if you're Laureno, a sense of urgency is being displayed by both fighters. A nice straight right down the middle by Laureno. And the guys in the truck here are a fantastic crew. They looked in the truck to see if it was a headbutt or a punch, and they cannot tell. So it could have been either or, but nonetheless, there is 1:50 left in this 6th round, and potentially a draw could be on the line for Maccow, a victory for Anthony Laureno.
Maccow's coming in for New York, so I wouldn't hold my breath if I'm him looking for even as much of a draw. Laureno is the Connecticut guy. You're going to get some Connecticut love if you're from Connecticut, probably, even just subconsciously. This is the story of the fight. When it became an interior fight and Laureno closed the distance, what happens?
It was all Laureno. And Laureno smacking to the body of Sidney Maccow. A big overhand right. He went body, then to the head, and another straight right that connected.
Maccow has really lost oomph, Ray Flores. His punches almost nothing on him. He's eating clean shots, too.
It's arm punches, pretty much, Michael Woods. A lot of arm punches. He's breathing deep, and he's going from southpaw to conventional. He's just trying to buy himself some time, whereas Anthony Laureno is just in full onslaught mode. But I think Laureno might have gotten tired, too, because we're seeing some arm punches out of Laureno, and smothering him is Sidney Maccow.
Even through the fatigue, though, he's got some oomph on his punches, especially still that right hand to the body.
What a left hook backing up Sidney Maccow. Anthony Laureno, he did get that oomph that you were looking for, Michael Woods.
Now finish out strong if you're Laureno. Finish out strong.
It is Fight Night Live here on Facebook, presented by Joe DeGuardia Star Boxing. Anthony Laureno and Sidney Maccow likely to go to the scorecards. Laureno undefeated at 3-0. Maccow 4-5. What action to conclude what has been a terrific fight.
That was hellacious trading to end the round. They're hugging each other. Everyone here is appreciative of it. Rock solid action to end that round in that fight.
That was a lot of fun to watch, and we hope wherever you are watching Fight Night Live on Facebook that you enjoyed every bit of that, because that was fantastic.
And complete respect between the two guys.
And as we are waiting the scorecards. We want to know, comment right here on Facebook, who do you see winning the fight? Guys, go ahead and comment, who do you see winning this fight? Anthony Laureno or Sidney Maccow? Michael Woods, your scorecard, sir.
Absolutely, Laureno, 4-2. Going to get some of that Connecticut love, and it's fully deserved. He adapted smartly.
And let's take a look at some of the work here between the two fighters. And this is the punch. That was a butt, that was a butt. I believe that was a headbutt, but then it was Laureno who threw the left hook. I thought it was a left hook, but instead it was the headbutt. Thus, Maccow grabbing the left side of his eye.
Sharp left hook there. Spoke to the judges. Ray, it's what we told you leading into the fight. I believe we didn't steer anyone wrong. Maccow right there the whole time. Good style matchup. Tight action. 4-5 record, but not indicative of his worth.
It's a good graduation process. As you are moving ahead as a prospect, you know you're going to fight a veteran like this that is going to test you, that's a mover, that at some times is not going to make you look good. And Laureno didn't look good in the first 2 rounds. He was able to make an adjustment, and then he took over from the 3rd round on. And now we will go ahead and we will send it up to our ring announcer here with the official decision is Mark Fratto.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a big round of applause for these two warriors. Laying it on the line here at Mohegan Sun Arena and in front of 26,000 unique viewers on Fight Night Live on Facebook. After 6 hard-hitting rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, Don Trella, Steve Weisfeld, and Peter Harry, saw the contest by a score of 58-56. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from East Hartford, Connecticut, Anthony Laureno.
58-56, Anthony Laureno remains perfect. He is now 4-0, and he's standing by with our very own Kara Castronovo.
Congratulations, Anthony. Everyone in the arena really enjoyed that fight. It was great. In round 3, you really started picking up the pace. Do you like pressure fighting? Would you consider yourself a pressure fighter?
I think I fight when I have more rounds. I get to fight better. If I have 4 rounds, I can't really do it, man. Because I'm a pressure fighter, so I'm gonna tire you out, and I'm gonna work your body, and that's it, man. I'm just gonna keep on going at you because that's the person I am. Actually, Anthony. That's why he gave me my name.
There was a moment, actually, at the end of the fight over there in that corner, the last 20 seconds, you guys had a really great exchange, showed each other a lot of love at the end of the fight, a lot of respect. How did that feel over there?
It felt good. It's the crowd yelling, and, it's a blessing to be in here in Star Boxing. Star Boxing gave me the opportunity. I don't have that much amateur background, but they gave me the opportunity that, of a lifetime. I've been working for this since I was 8 years old, and I had so much losses, but then after I started winning, and just having this opportunity is a blessing. This is what I want to have. This is my dream, and I want to get that belt. That's it.
Seems emotional, and like this means a lot to you.
Yeah, yes, this means the world to me. I train hard, and my family supports me. I have a big team. Bare Bones Boxing. They're always supporting me, and financially and mentally. We have a great group in Bare Bones Boxing in East Hartford. And I'm just really blessed to be with Star Boxing now. Star Boxing is really going to take care of me. They gave me a tough fight. This guy, I give a lot of respect. At first I was smiling at him, but it's part of the game. He's a very good fighter. He's strong, and he deserves being here. He deserves being here, and I give him a lot of respect for that.
Last words to your fans.
Thank you. I appreciate all the support. Stan, Nate. Angel Gonzalez, they all support me, and Lindsay, my strength conditioning coach, Rihanna, she always helping me out. My dad, my mom, my sisters, they all support me, and I'm just really blessed to be here. And it's a very tough fight, and he deserves to be here. And definitely, I really appreciate it. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Definitely.
That is a very happy 22-year-old Anthony Laureno, and look at the emotion. Michael Woods, you touched on that, and he really overjoyed by the victory. It wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't easy. Great learning experience. Had to dig down. And that's the thing in life. The things that you have to work hard for, those are the sweetest things.
And now getting set.